Staring at the photograph of my mother and me, standing on the deck of the French line paquet boat Le Flandre, about to set sail for Le Havre with me on board, I am struck at how little most children know of their parents' private lives. Ignorance that usually lasts their whole lives. My mother stands beside me in the black and white photograph, beautiful, elegant, alluring, and just divorced from my father. My grandmother had died 3 years earlier at 57, and the moral constraints she exercised upon her son broke down with the closing of her eyes, and he left his wife of 19 years for his longtime mistress. In a time period of 20 months, my mother, Vivian May, had lost her mother-in-law, her husband, and now me. I am standing next to her, a tall, gawky teenager, not even 21, the legal adult age at the time, who owed her life to her grandpop who had once saved it and who was still alive and in whose house we lived. At 4 years old, I had been struck by polio equivalent to a death sentence for a young child in the 1940s. My grandfather had run with me in his arms the 1 or 2 city blocks it took to arrive at the Philadelphia Children's Hospital, the most famous hospital for children in America, so close to our home that it was faster to run than wait for an ambulance to answer an emergency call. As we arrived at the top of the wide marble steps of the building, a nurse blocked his way, explaining that the hospital had no colored ward and so could not accept a colored infant, dying or not, since they had no beds for Negro infants. My grandfather pushed her aside and raced into the emergency room, which was full of young interns.